What's happening? What's going on with you? You alright? Starting your day. Starting your day how? Just opening your eyes. Just getting out the bed. What you having? Coffee? Yeah. Hey, how you doing, miss? What's going on with you? Protein bagels. Hmm. Yo, Moon's in Sagittarius. Moon's in Sagittarius. It was conjunct Mars. You know. And sun at 0 degrees. This is officially Sagittarius season. Mm, Officially Sagittarius season. New moon. Hey, I don't know if did y'all catch y'all. I put out the rising sign forecast. Did y'all hear y'all forecast? Did y'all? The new moon, Scorpio new moon forecast? Did you hear y'all? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Doing good. Can't complain. Uh, yeah. Oh, ooh. Damn, I ain't. You know what? I ain't even. Huh. I ain't even put nothing together for it. But there's something going on right now. There's something in the air today going on. I keep talking about, I talked about the Grand Water Trine already, but it's getting activated again. The Grand Water Trine is being activated again. But by a different planet. The last time I talked about the Grand Water Trine, it was being activated by the sun. Today, right now, is being activated by a different planet. Mercury, retrograding Mercury. Retrograding Mercury is reactivating the Grand Water Trine with Jupiter and Saturn. All right. And Mercury is retrograde. All right. In Scorpio, Jupiter is retrograde. All right. And we also got Saturn, who's, I got to check. Saturn is a couple of days away from coming out of retrograde. Saturn's a couple of days away. I want to say, might be about 3-4 days away from coming out of retrograde. All right. So you got 3 planets in a grand water trine, all retrograde. Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter. What's up, Camille? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're just out doing our morning, you know, fire and earth. Earth out here smelling the elements, out here smelling the fresh air, breathing the fresh air. And we're out here getting the fire moving. We're getting the fire moving. Moving the body, right? Not being, they call that sedentary. Well, yeah, but yeah, Saturn still got to retrace its steps and get back in the areas where it was. Saturn, and it's not. I don't think it's gonna get back there until February, right? So it's gonna have to it has to retravel, retrace its steps now. And it's not gonna be done retracing its steps until February. All right. So let's unpack this with help from the people in the chat. All right. I said we got the grand water trine. Grand water. A grand trine is of easy flow, easiness, flow. Trine is of Jupiter energy. Jupiter is about, well, all right. Oh, Jupiter, for you tarot readers up in here, Jupiter is the wheel of fortune. And so and what is the wheel of fortune card about? What is the wheel of fortune card about? The wheel of fortune card is the card of karma. The wheel of fortune is the card of karma. Right? So if we got a grand trine is of Jupiter energy, and Jupiter is the wheel of fortune, and the wheel of fortune is karma. And I said the grand trine is in water. What is water about? Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the chat? What is water about? What is water about? I got emotions from 2. What else is water about? What else? Memory. Ooh, I like that one. I ain't think nobody was gonna come with that one. That's correct. Water is memory. Intuition. Yeah. Yeah. So we got now let's unpack it again. Let's go back. We got a grand trine, easy flow, easy flowing energy like a river flowing downstream. Then we got in that grand trine, a trine is a karmic wheel of fortune energy. Then we put it in water, which is emotions, memories, intuition, spirituality, right? Now, what can I know? Hopefully, things are coming to mind. Karma, emotions, memory. What goes around comes around. What goes around comes around in the emotional realm. Water. What goes around comes around. Now let's add the players. Well, we got Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter actually is exalted in Cancer. So um, Jupiter is in a really good position. It's in a comfortable place. It's in a place that it likes to be in. Cancer. All right. What is Cancer about? Cancer is about the home, the hearth, the physical home and the emotional home, and family. All right. Then we got Saturn in Pisces. Pisces is actually a Jupiter ruled sign. Pisces is a Jupiter ruled sign. So, in all actuality, that Saturn in Pisces is actually doing the bidding for that Jupiter in Cancer. That Saturn in Pisces is working on behest of Jupiter because, hey man, this is my house. I rule this. I rule this. I call the shots here. I'm the big baller shot caller. Jupiter. And now, and Saturn, what is Saturn about? Authority. Saturn's also about blockages. Saturn is father time. Saturn is the world card in tarot. Saturn is the world card in tarot. All right, and Saturn in Pisces. Saturn in Pisces, it's about boundaries, lack thereof, or do you have proper boundaries? Is your spirituality on firm ground? Are you standing on stable ground, or are you out here creating false delusion realities for yourself? How you doing? Hey, yeah, I saw you singing on TikTok. Hey, all right, and then to add the other piece, we got retrograding Mercury in Scorpio. Retrograding Mercury in Scorpio. And what is Mercury and Scorpio about? Mercury is about the mind. It's about how we perceive things and all of that. Mercury and Scorpio is about seeing the truth of matters, seeing the truth, going deep to see the truth, seeing behind the veil, trying to see behind the veil. So we got Mercury and Scorpio trying to see the truth. Oh, by the way, don't forget, all of this is water. All of this is water. So going deep, retrograde, to see the truth, to find clarity in an emotional situation, because for you to Jupiter exalted in Cancer, for you to grow and expand, you have to see and acknowledge the emotional truth of the situation and acknowledge the reality of the situation. Are you seeing what you want to see, or are you seeing what's truly there and not there? Are you seeing the truth of the situation? The emotional truth. Don't forget the emotions. The emotional truth. And basically, right now, if you've been trying to find out the emotional truth of a situation, of a relationship, now is the time to, you probably could see it. The veil is thin. But here's the question. I always say, hey, what is your relationship with truth? When you see truth, do you look away? When you see truth, do you hide your eyes? Are you in denial of the truth because it's not what you want? It's not what you dreamed of. You know, Pisces is dreams and illusions. Put it with Cancer. This is not what I dreamed my ideal family life was gonna be like. This is not my ideal dream. This is the reality of it, my dream. And hell, The reality of things could be a little bit more uglier than the dream. I get why people would not want to see it, want to look away, deny it. No, no, that can't be true. It can't be true, or you don't want it to be true. Is it true and you just don't want it to be true? I don't know. What y'all think? Are y'all in the chat? Are y'all ready to see the truth? Are you ready to acknowledge the truth? Hey, even better yet, are you ready to speak the truth? Mm, mm, mm. Miss, oh, Miss, now I got a question, Mr. Jalen. Can you can you speak truth, but not in a hurtful way? Can you speak truth, not to hurt, but to inform? Even though truth can be painful, do you have to deliver it in a painful way? Sit. All right, y'all. I got any thoughts on that? Any thoughts? Any thoughts? Let me take this sweatshirt off and hot as mug. You don't. You catch more flies with sugar than shit. This is true. This is true. This is true. I would not disagree with you on that. I wouldn't disagree with you on. Hey, I want to give me a second. I want to read something to y'all. I want to ask y'all. Everybody who's heard my horoscopes before. I tried to on Friday. I tried to with the podcast feed. I tried to add something and shit, and it added it to the whole library in a way, and it throttled down everything, and I hardly got any downloads yesterday. I was and I tried not to get emotional about it. I told Grand trying in water, you know, had to fight my Virgo energy, perfection. Right. Like, this is what the universe, All right, I see you playing with me, universe. I see you. I see you playing. All right. Well, said. Mm. Yeah. Um. Who's the? So I have. All right. So I've been. I, I'm trying to do a lot. I'm doing more on the podcast feed than the video shit. Right. And you know how I do my horoscopes? And my horoscopes, they range. They're about 3 minutes long. They average about in between 2 and 3 minutes. My and so and I drop. Well, right now I hadn't been dropping daily because I've been busy dropping other shit, more focused shit. But um um all right, for $25, for $25, you for $25 you cash at me $25 whatever, and your birthday. I'm gonna pull your chart up, and whatever pops out to me, I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna record it, and I'm gonna drop it in my podcast feed. And so just listen to wait till I drop, and then you're gonna hear me talking about your birthday on one of my horoscopes. But it ain't gonna be a horoscope. I'm gonna actually be talking about your chart, right? What y'all think about that? Yep, you heard my horoscopes before, so I got the first one. Y'all want to hear it? It's not recorded yet. I ain't recorded yet, but I got the words for it. And basically, it's not me. I didn't study the chart. I didn't nothing. I just pulled up the birthday and I looked and I just started talking. But like I said, it ain't I ain't going. Me and you ain't gonna have no conversation. I ain't gonna have no conversation with you. I ain't going none of all that. I'm gonna just you send me a thing. Yo, come on, come on. Man, I thought that was somebody knocking on the door. That's the dog sitting at the door wagging his tail. All right, so let's see. All right, it sound like this. I got a birthday August 1st, 1991. A Leo built on fire. I'm looking at a chart of someone born on August 1st, 1991. The first thing that hits me is pure fire. The sun is in Leo, the moon is in Aries, both lights the fire signs, both lights and fire signs. Your identity, your emotional wiring run hot, fast, and bold. Your Leo sun wants visibility, your Aries moon wants movement. Together they say, I want it and I want it now. But immediately we see the counterweight. You have Saturn in Aquarius opposing the sun, and that creates one of the central challenges of your life. Leo says, let me shine. Saturn says, not until you earn it. Leo wants expression. Saturn wants discipline. Leo wants to be seen. Saturn wants structure and strategy. It's not denial, it's forging. Saturn shapes your fire into something sustainable instead of explosive. Now add Jupiter under the beams of the sun. Jupiter brings optimism, wisdom, and faith. But being under the beams means those qualities get overshadowed by the sun. Sometimes you can't see your own big picture potential because your immediate emotional reactions take over. Your North Node in Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, reinforces the same message. Your destiny is about long-term goals, mastery, and building something real. But how do you do that when so much of your chart wants everything yesterday? That's where the Virgo stallion comes in. You got Mercury, Venus, and Mars, and all in Virgo. Mercury, exalted, sharp mind, detail-oriented, high intelligence. Venus and fall. You express love through fixing, service, improvement. Mars nearby, your communication can be direct, blunt, intensely practical. This combination makes you the doer in relationships. You show love by handling things, solving problems, organizing chaos. But sometimes people interpret help as critique because Virgo wants everything correct. Mars pushes intensely. There may also be a significant woman in your life who communicates in this Mars like get it done way, or you become that figure when you in service mode. Then there's that Aries moon. Emotionally, you prefer action over processing. You don't like sitting still with feelings. You want to react, move, and respond. Soft emotional spaces can feel uncomfortable or restrictive to you. So the central question of your chart becomes, how do you contain all this fire? Your Leo sun wanting attention, your Aries moon rushing forward, while honoring Saturn's demand for patience, structure, and long-term vision. Now let's bring this into your current year. At age 34, you shift things. Last year highlighted your career, reputation, and public life. This year is about community, friendship, alliances, and your big picture dreams. Saturn is asking you, which group supports your growth, which friends drain you, who belongs on your mountain, and who doesn't. And most importantly, what are you actually building? Because your chart is powerful. You have the fire for momentum. You have the Virgo for precision. You have Saturn for longevity. This year is about choosing your people, choosing your mission, and directing that fire towards something real, something lasting, something worthy of your climb. This is Paul Heath with Am Astrology Readings. Know thyself and balance your energy. Which I think, is that worth $25? Hey, Tay. Oh. Did you pay $25 to sit around and wait for that to come on? To come on? To be posted on the podcast? So I'm gonna tell y'all I, um, so the technical. I'll tell you what happened. I created. It's called pre-roll. I know I'm a Earth, what they call pre-roll and post-roll. So I created that, and following this, I I put it to my whole library in the podcast, the pre-roll and post-roll. And when I did that, and I scheduled a bunch of shit to come out, and then I woke up, and none of that shit was getting seen. Mercury retrograde. Like, what the fuck? I should have been, you know. What ended up happening is when I made that change, to the bulk, that bulk, and I got so many things in my library that they thought it was like they thought it was some spam shit, and they throttled my RSS feed down. So I had to go last night. I had to delete it off. I've been waiting, and early this morning, I released something just to ping the RSS feed to ping the algorithm to see, and I got some movement today. I got a little bit of movement. I'm about to release something else to ping it again. Bing, bing. So that was my Mercury. Remember I said I got hit with Mercury retrograde? Well, that was my Mercury retrograde situation. Ain't nobody answer me. Ain't nobody. How what y'all think about that? What I just wrote, what this is me, you know what I'm saying? This is me, looked at the chart, I pulled something together, put it together. I just looked. That was me on, I ain't put no work in there. I was just You got this, boom, 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 and then I ain't recorded yet, but no, I ain't doing none of that. That's too much work. That's too much studying. I just put your birthday in the thing. It came up on the screen, and I started talking. I ain't moving nothing. I ain't nothing. I'm just talking about the natal chart. Oh, I did. Okay, you did hear me say 34. Only reason I did that because I looked at the age. I was looking at the age, and I was like, this person's on 11th house year. So I said, which means they just finished the 10th house year. When it comes to like, but all the shit I was talking about, that was just no. I know I said I know I said like the horoscope. It's not which got you thinking of transit. I don't mean an actual horoscope. I mean, hey, I'm about to talk 3 minutes in the same way I do on my horoscopes. The same style. That's what I meant by that. The same style. With music, I'm gonna have music behind this. Just like I'm a producer, just like I do my own shit. My horoscopes and all that shit. I ain't gonna say no name. I'll just say, hey, I got a birthday. Oh, you see how I started it. I'm looking at a chart for someone born August 1st, 1991. Now, whoever the fuck that is, I'm talking to that person. Yeah, it's similar. Yeah, yeah. So, but what y'all think about the idea? I what you think, mystical? What's up, Sam? Sandwich. Did you hear Tam? Did you hear it? Let me see. Do I have that? Mm. Damn, I have to go back there to let y'all hear it. I have to go back there. Hey, content. I can't let y'all hear it now. I have to go back in the back. But with the pre and post rolls that that I made and all that. But yeah, what y'all thinking about the idea though? Yay, nay. You like it? You don't? Misreadings. What to me? Oh, well, it it does a couple of a couple of things, right? And which gets to are you surrounded by your true tribe, or do you look around and see a flock of buzzards? If so, ask yourself why. The people in all right. Are you surrounded by your true tribe, or do you look around and see a flock of buzzards? If so, ask yourself why. The people in your life often reflect who you are inside. That's not the first row. But it's the date, the 22nd. Oh, you want to hear it? Y'all want to hear it? Are you surrounded by your true tribe, or do you look around and see a flock of buzzards? If so, ask yourself why. The people in your life often reflect who you are inside. Your vibe attracts your tribe. As Milli Vanilli once said, blame it on the rain. But in this case, your happiness or lack of it depends on you. Change is the only constant in life. Expecting to stay the same forever isn't realistic, even if some people try. Others can get used to the way you've always shown up. When you start to change, they may resist and try to keep you as you were. The same energy you use to protect yourself from enemies is also needed to defend your boundaries with friends and family. To maintain those boundaries, it's essential to focus on facts over feelings. Approach things with a sense of detachment. Everyone has faced defeats. It's easy to point the finger, but how much did you really fight? Actions lead to reactions, and words have consequences. So if you become a target, it's no surprise. When that moment comes, do you have the courage to stand your ground, or will you run like a track star? Fight or flight? The answer is not to let yourself feel trapped. This is Paul Heath with I Am Astrology Readings. Know thyself and balance your energy. What's up, Fire Goddess? How you doing? Doing all right today? Um, how many days left before Saturn comes out of retrograde? Um, 5 days. We're 5 days away from Saturn coming out of retrograde. All right, y'all, let's go. Damn, he just went to the office. He made it to the office. Huh? He didn't even have to fight traffic. Oh, shit. All right. Damn. I thought I made some changes on that computer, in my computer over there, and it ain't made it back in. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Session reached the limit. Update. I had to come back here anyway. I ain't bring my coffee back there. All right. Yeah, with me. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna let y'all hit the pre and post roll. So, what's the pre roll? Like right before my video. Like say you go on a podcast and you hit play, you'll hear this. Quick heads up, I do full chart readings at amastrologyreadings.com if you want to go deeper. All right, let's get to it. Aries rising, new moon in your 8th house, Uranus in your 2nd house, Mars in your 9th house. Heard? Quick heads up, I do full chart readings at amastrologyreadings.com if you want to go deeper. All right, let's get to it. Aries rising, new moon in your 8th house, Uranus in your 2nd house, Mars in your 9th house. The Kazemi revelation comes through shared resources. And then when the video gets over, they hear this. Well, actually, I'm about to change it. And I'll re-record it. I'll change the words, but they hear this. If you like these daily horoscopes and would like one personalized for you, same style, 3 minutes, but your chart, cash at me $20 with your birth info, and I'll record one and drop it in the feed. Tips also welcome. Even $1 helps. Full readings at IamAstrologyReadings.com. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all at I Am Astrology Readings. My brothers gotta eat too. I appreciate you in advance. That's the after the video play, whatever they hit, they hear that at the end. And I had deployed that. I deployed that across every damn video in the library, and it fucked up the shit. Mercury retrograde. So y'all like that? How that pre and post roll sound? That's all right. So basically, on my RSS feed, my podcast feed, I just created my own commercial that plays. You get my shit. Gotta promote. Somebody gotta promote it. Huh? I did it. This it's called a bulk editor, and I went to the bulk editor, and it edited and when I uploaded and hit the bulk editor, it did every audio clip I got up in the library. It hit it, and so what that made it made it look like it was spam. And my RSS feed got throttled down, and I wasn't getting any downloads and shit because it looked like it was like a major mass. It was a major mass change, and it was a major mass change, which made it look like some spam shit, and it throttled my library down. What's going on, Russia? Y'all still call yourself Russia, or is it? I know you ain't the Soviet Union anymore. Is it Mother Russia? You just did. You just did. Yeah. You know, I said the grand water trine is at 25 degrees. Well, I didn't say it was at 25 degrees. I just said that Mercury took the sun's place. Retrograding Mercury, the shift, you know. The sun is at 0 degrees, Sagittarius. But the grand trine energy is still in the air, y'all. No. You know, you've kind of wasted a lot of time asking if you could ask a question and then saying what it's about. You probably, if it was me, I probably would have typed it in first and then let the responses come from there. Instead of, you know, a lot of mealy-neely around. Just be direct, dog. Shit. I'll put it this way. The way you did it, you're doing it, it's looking like you setting up to play a game or something. That's the way you know what I'm saying? Look like you trying to set me up for the okie doke or something. Now you made yourself suspicious. You're already from Serbia. I don't know if you KGB in. I know Putin don't play. Oh shit, man. What if, hey, that's your perspective. You're being polite. What if I say you're actually being rude? With all the questions and you're providing distractions. So if you're distracted, are you being polite? Do you have some Leo energy? Nah, nah. Well, yes, you can. Can you get one here? Probably not. Tell you, you know what? You know what, deja vu? Since you, oh, I thought you was deja vu. Tell you what, it's your lucky day. You want a free reading? You want a free reading? For real? Come on. All right. I'll give you one. Oh no, I don't need that though. I ain't tell you what type of reading I was gonna give you. I'm rolling. You got, you got the sixth house, you got Venus in the sixth, and you got Leo, right? So Leo, the sixth house is about daily routine and health, right? Venus is about what we love, what we value, what we attract. But I see you a dude, and Venus could represent a female figure in a for a dude. You know what I'm saying? Now, here, six houses of daily routine and what you do on a daily basis. You got also got Leo. Leo's about attention. Hey, um, are the Venus figure in your life, are you showing her proper attention on a daily basis? Or are you showing what you love and value the proper attention on a daily basis? There's your free reading. You know, you don't get what you always expect. You got to read. It wasn't the type of reading you expected, though. Now, my question is, do you appreciate it? Did you appreciate it? Do you appreciate that? Mm. You know, um, I just was actually talking about uh, I offer for 25. If you want me to say something to you for 20 say something to you about your chart. I just was talking to them that I offer a service for $25. You send me your birthday, $25, and for 3 minutes I'm gonna talk about your chart, whatever I see, whatever pops out to me. I'm gonna just talk about it, and I'm a record it like I do all my shit, and I'm gonna drop it in my podcast feed. And you can just listen to it for the podcast. Now I got a question for you, Jay. Is there a Venus figure, or is there a Venus figure, a female, someone you love, and all of that stuff that you're not giving proper attention to? Or is it something you value and stuff that you're not giving proper attention to on a daily basis? Answer that. You know, Gordy, it's always to me. It's to me. It says something when you address somebody and they don't speak to nothing you said. That says something to me. Their first response is to nothing you said. What does that say to y'all? Does that say anything to y'all? Sis, lot to me. I don't know how y'all see it. You know, so they got that also that thing that said don't ask questions, so answers you can't handle. Why ask a question to a why ask a question if you can't handle the answer? Why are you asking then? Was you asking just to was you asking just to get a response? See if you could get a response? I mean, why ask? Now look, now look. He put his birthday and all that stuff, right? For hey, can you give me a reading, right? I rolled some dice and said something. Now, what if I would have wasted the time to pull up the chart, start talking, and all that shit? See why I ain't even waste my goddamn time? I just rolled the goddamn dice. All right, let me. He ain't even realize it. Yeah, it might have been a test. I might have been testing him. All right, let me see if he can handle this dice roll. Fail. Oh shit, man. The sun has moved into Sagittarius, but the grand trine at 25 degrees remains active. Mercury retrograde at 25 Scorpio has taken the sun's place. Jupiter still retrograde at 25 degrees Cancer, reviewing emotional foundations. Saturn is retrograde at 25 degrees Pisces. It's 5 days away from going direct. All three planets now retrograde. All three are at 25 degrees. This is no longer about revelation. This is about excavation. The sun illuminated the truth. Now Mercury retrograde is here to decode the truth. The sun showed it to you. Now, I was talking about earlier. Do you want to see the truth? Do you want to acknowledge the truth? The truth is painful. I told y'all that this stuff is we having a grand water trine. Trine is 3 objects at 120 degrees apart. With it being water, that means the water is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Creating a resonant field of energy. It's the grand trine is harmony and flow. The grand trine is a circuit of energy, a closed loop of energy, and all three planets, which would be Mercury, Saturn, and Jupiter, are working as one unit, like an orchestra or band. You got the guitar, you got the bass, you got the fucking drums. We all doing our own thing, but together we create music, a song that is a grand trine trying to work together. And each planet, Jupiter is feeding energy, Jupiter's feeding energy to Saturn. Jupiter's feeding energy to Mercury. Mercury's feeding energy to Saturn. Mercury's feeding energy to Jupiter. Saturn's feeding energy to Mercury and Jupiter. Boom, boom. What's up, Andrew? What's happening with you? I said this Grand Trine is in water. Well, we talked earlier. What is water about? Water is emotions. It's your emotional memory, ancestral intelligence. Why ancestral? Cancer is ancestors. Your roots, foundation, cancer. Intuition. Water is intuition. Water is your psychic abilities. Water is how your lineage is passed down through water. The cells live in fluid. DNA is in fluid, water. Water trines work through knowing, kind of knowing without knowing. You know how you be, and you say, "Man, I got this gut feeling. I just feel, huh? That's water right there." And water is not a mental thing. You feel water. It's a feeling in your body. Now the question is, are you paying attention to your body and these signals and stuff that your body's sending? I said all this energy is in water. Scorpio at 25 degrees Mercury. Scorpio is about things that's underground. Modern ruler of Scorpio is Pluto. Pluto is Hades, Lord of the underground, the truth beneath, exposure of the truth, and also transformation. Because hey, after you see the truth, at that point, then transformation can come. Jupiter in Cancer. And be honest with you, Jupiter is the root of all this. And why the new moon and all of that? It was ruled by Mars, but Mars is in Sagittarius, another Jupiter ruled sign. The root memory, the nourishment, insecurity, protection, belonging, ancestral patterns, and emotional foundation are all on the table for review. When you look at this Saturn in Pisces at 25 degrees, dissolving, it's the releasing, it's trying to get you to surrender. Saturn is the Lord of karma, and it's trying to complete a karmic pattern within that Pisces area for you. It's about spiritual purification. It's time to clean your spiritual house. And you're putting them all together. It's about release, revelation, and resolution. A grand trine is often misunderstood because, a lot of times if you look it up and all that, you don't see it's a God-given gift. It's a gift. It's easy flow. But you ever give a gift? You ever give a kid a gift at Christmas? And they end up playing with the wrapper and the box more than the actual gift. And it kind of look like, damn, you don't appreciate the gift. You playing with the damn box. When it comes to grand trine energy, people can play with the boxes and the wrapper and not look at the actual gift. right? Adding Saturn, this green water trine is karmically binding. At 25 degrees, the critical degree of intelligence, spiritual inheritance, and karmic memory. The water trine is creating a flow without resistance, which means what needs to be felt, you got to let it come, be felt. Can't numb yourself. What wants to surface, you need to allow it to surface. Don't keep suppressing this shit. What needs to end, hey, you see the ending while you keep holding on to it. Let that shit end. Both Saturn and Jupiter are retrograde. Mercury's retrograde, so retrograde turns all this energy inward. It's about introspection. What's up, Fever? What's happening with you? Jupiter in Cancer is about expands the memory, your roots, emotional truth. Jupiter in Cancer may make you more vulnerable. Adding the retrograde energy forces confrontations with, you know, yeah, I got a question for you. You ever ask yourself, why did I grow up the way I did? You ever step back as the third person, as the observer, and ask yourself that question about your life? Have you ever asked yourself and looked at the emotional patterns that shape you? Have you stepped back far enough as the third person, as the observer, and asked yourself where, looked at your belief systems? Where did my belief system stem from? Is it from fear? And is my belief system stem from family conditioning? You know why it's important to look at your belief systems that stem from family conditioning? You want me to tell you why? Why that's important? Look, think about this. How do you feel about your family and some members in your family? Hold that thought. Now, think about this. That person came from that same family you did. And you sitting up there looking at that person like, oh, now, your same belief system stems from that same family. What belief system did they hand you? Jupiter in Cancer, retrograde. Can bring up insecurity. Wait, when your insecurity contradicts your potential, you potentially could be really good like at this thing, but your insecurity contradicts your greatness. Oh, I can't do that. But every time somebody look at you doing it, they be like, wow. But you say you can't do that? Why you can't do that? What insecurity do you have in you that's preventing that? Jupiter in Cancer, Jupiter retrograde in Cancer is your ancestral philosophy, belief systems handed down through blood. Have you stepped back far enough to see it? And then when you get there far enough to be able to see it clearly, at that point you got to ask yourself, does this actually resonate with me? Or am I still just holding myself to this because it's family? Saturn in Pisces at 25 degrees. Saturn in Pisces is dissolving unsustainable structures. Saturn likes stability. And Saturn's been in Pisces looking around saying this ain't sustainable. The way you've been doing this, the way you've been going, this won't last. This won't last for the long term. So what in Pisces, in your Pisces area, that is unsustainable and you know it can't last and you need to, you know. Saturn in Pisces is testing your faith. Saturn is the planet of accountability. And so it's asking you to be accountable for your fears. Wash away all the illusions of control. You can't control Pisces. It's too fast. Saturn in Pisces has been showing you where you've been avoiding your responsibility. Also showing you where your boundaries got holes in them and need repair. Saturn in Pisces is also showing you where you have made spiritual contracts with people. People, places, and situations. Saturn is 5 days away from going direct. The slow station period is about crystallizing, demanding integrity, pulling everything into a karmic alignment. Saturn here is saying enough illusions, enough avoidance. It's time to face truth and rebuild on emotional truth and emotional more firm place, more firmer ground on the emotional, have more emotional control, balance in your emotions, emotional stability. That's what I was looking for. Saturn is still dissolving what cannot move forward. Saturn is the emotional purging of your Pisces area. But yeah. So yeah. Any questions on the Grand Trine? Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, water. Any questions? Oh, let me see. You said something about so are Gemini going to be blessed or what? Um, Blessed. What do you mean? Are Gemini going to be blessed? Jupiter is in Gemini's second house of money, value, self-esteem, self-worth. All right. So that's where the blessings could come from. But for Gemini, well, wait, you said Gemini. I was going by if that's your rising sign. I don't know if that's your rising sign. As far I don't know. I can't answer that from the sun sign. Is who meeting up again? Mercury and Jupiter. Mercury and Jupiter will meet up again when Mercury comes out of retrograde. Uh, Saturn and Jupiter will meet again, but I don't think they're gonna. I think the next time they meet might be in Aries when they might trying each other from when Jupiter goes into Leo and Saturn's in Aries. That might be the time they meet again for those two. Mercury will meet Jupiter again when it comes out of retrograde. Yeah, it won't. And Saturn, Mercury will hit Saturn too, but the grand trine energy won't still be in the air. So yeah. The walks of actually that streamed longer than I wanted to. I was just coming on while I was on my walk and ended up an hour and 30 minutes later. I want to thank y'all for rocking with me, you know. Know that self balance energy.